Hey, what's up YouTube? Today we are doing a quick comparison test between the Samsung Galaxy Tab E and the Samsung Galaxy Tab A. They both were released about the same time but in different markets. The Tab A was released both in the West, like in the USA, and in Asia as well. And this one, the Tab E, I think is mostly available in Asia right now. I didn't find it in the official Samsung USA site. Now both of them are mid-range device. The first difference is the price, of course. This one, the Tab E, in India will cost just under 17,000 Indian rupees. In Indian rupees, the Tab A will cost under 24,000, but the MRP of this one is just under 20, and this one is just under 24, so it's fair to compare that with both the MRPs. This one in US comes in 3 variants, the Tab A, and in India you'll get only one variant, the 8-inch one. In US you will also get the 9.7-inch one, 2 variants of 9.7-inch, one with the S Pen and one without it. In US this guy will cost you $230, the 8-inch one, and the 9.7-inch without the S Pen would cost you $299 or $300, and then the one with the S Pen would cost you $350. So that's about the price. And after that, the obvious difference you must have seen is the size of the tablets. This one is 8-inch, this one is 9.6-inch, both are TFT, and there is slight difference in resolution, but not in ratio of the difference in the display. 9.6-inch display, 1280 by 800 pixels of resolution, and then you have 8-inch of display and 1024 by 768 pixels of resolution. So both are low-res screens. And another important difference is that this one has a 16 by 9 aspect ratio, as you can see, 9:16, and this one's fit for widescreen viewing, for widescreen movies and all. This one is a 4:3 aspect ratio and is best for reading books and magazines and comics. Also for viewing movies, this also is for good for reading magazines, but the aspect ratios are kind of optimum for the respective kind of things. And apart from that, as far as the body is concerned, both are all plastic, but you will see that the Tab A kind of looks slightly more premium than the Tab E. Of course, the Tab E is much cheaper than the Tab A. And on the front side, you have same 2MP camera and your earpiece out here. Yeah. So all this one supports 4G, this one supports 3G only, and then similar buttons around here. It also has aluminum color ring, although that's plastic, but it kind of gives that added premiumness to the device, which is not there here. This is all plastic, feels and looks plastic. And when you go here, you'll see the SIM and the micro SD port here, but nothing on this one. Here almost all the ports are here. The speaker, 3.5mm jack, micro USB 2.0 port, and mouthpiece. Here you'll find only the mouthpiece. And then the SIM and micro SD card slot are on the right side on the Tab A. Here it was on the left side, and then these buttons are same. You'll also find a secondary noise cancelling mic there on the Tab A. Unlock screen animation sound there. And then you have the micro USB 2.0 port and 3.5mm jack here, where in the Tab A you'll find that at the bottom. On the back side, the same 5MP camera, same no LED flash. You see the Tab B has a speaker grill over there, Tab A has there. You'll see a distinct difference in the texture on the back. This one is very nice, matte, kind of slightly shiny part. The back one, here you have a nice rich texture here. So this one grips better than this one, but both are equally good. Depending on how you like it. You'll see these clips here on the Tab A. They are to attach the optional cover that comes with here. You do not have such clips over there. So That's about the quick look at the design and build quality. Build quality wise, I think this one is slightly look rugged, but that could be because it's much heavier than this one. 320 gram of the Tab A compared to 495 or 96 gram, just under 500 grams here. This one is much easy to carry, much easy. Now, as far as display is concerned, you will see that this one actually, the Tab A is slightly brighter than the Tab E. We have them set in maximum brightness because the Tab E does not have an auto brightness setting. You can set an auto brightness here, not on this one. So at on the maximum brightness, the Tab A looks much brighter than this one. And also the color renditions are just about average, but this one renders the colors slightly better. You can see the quality of the brown color here and here. This is more towards the natural brown than this one, for example. So the Tab A's display is slightly more accurate than the Tab A's. Having said that, both displays are almost at par, and there is not significant difference of experience and usage of the displays here. The next difference is that the Tab A runs Android Lollipop and this one runs Android KitKat, and they have their own versions of TouchWiz on top. The home pages are more or less similar, but you will see Lollipop, Lollipop-ish arrangement here. Not there though. You'll have typical KitKat style of arrangement there, and there you see Lollipop. And also let's look at the apps that are provided with this. So you have only one page of app, but then you have folders, so obviously more of those. This one, the Tab E, in total has less apps than the Tab A because you have a lot of apps in folders, you see. And you do not have the Microsoft apps on this. You have the usual Google apps, but that too not all the apps. Plus you also have, let's say for example, a Samsung in-house app. Some apps are missing here, for example the music. So you do not have the default music player, Samsung music player here. Instead you have the Google Play Music as the default music. We're gonna go ahead and see the settings. The Tab A has a 1.2 gigahertz quad-core processor and 2 GB of RAM. This one has 1.3 gigahertz quad-core processor, but only 1.5 GB of RAM. This one has 16 GB of internal storage, but micro SD card is supported. Micro SD card is supported here as well, but in addition to the internal 8 GB only. And so what else? And the cameras are almost the same, so there's not much to talk about there. We should see the how the magazines and the comics look on both. So we have the same magazine open on both the tablets, and you can again clearly see that the Tab A's display is much brighter than the one on the Tab E. And being a 4:3 aspect ratio, the magazine fits on this one better than this one. You have lots of space on the top and bottom. Well, the colors are also slightly more popping out in the Tab A compared to the Tab E. Now let's check out the fonts on a dark background. Well, to me they both look almost identical, not much of a difference at all. But I think the Tab A is slightly more readable than the one on the Tab E, but I might be wrong. They are almost identical. And let's see, that's how you see it. Yeah, again here it's slightly darker, slightly blacker, the text is, but this one slightly more readable, ever so slightly. And on the white background, this one's definitely more readable than the Tab E. Yeah, this one is much more pixelated. The Tab E is much more pixelated than the one on the Tab A. The Tab A is much more readable on the white background than that on the Tab E. So overall, the magazine experience is almost identical. Despite it being a 4:3 aspect ratio here, your magazine almost fits the same width here because of that large size screen on this one. But this one's brighter, and the text on dark background look almost identical. You cannot pick one better one, but on white background this was slightly better, more legible. Similar to the case of the Comixes, this one is much brighter than this one. And if we go here, because the Comixes are mostly scan copies, I see the darker ones probably slightly more legible than this one, although this one is brighter, but then because it's scanned, so already the ink or the text here are thinner than it is actually on the paper magazine. So slightly darker screen would actually make those texts popping out more than the one on a slightly brighter skin, and specifically with a white background. You can see them closely. Let's make you look closely at them, but still they are very, very close, so it totally depends on how you view them. Yeah, so almost identical, very close on the comics front. Yeah, so that was a quick overview comparison between the Tab E and the Tab A. The last one we have is benchmark testing and benchmark comparison. So let's go and check out the benchmark here. So we have Antutu, this one's 21,863, 18,416, so more on this one. And then we have 3D Mark score. Again, this one slightly more than the 2169 on the Tab E. And then Multicore here, again more, and then we have what Benchmark OS2 574 versus 102. That's really much here. This one, the Benchmark X score is actually lower than Galaxy Tab E. So that's about it. That's about the benchmark scores. The game almost play similar on both the devices, but I just have a feeling that this one in this one, the Asphalt 8 plays slightly better than the one on the Galaxy Tab E. Other games are almost fine. The navigations on the Modern Combat 5 was almost identical on both. So there was a quick comparison between the Galaxy Tab E and the Galaxy Tab A. Hope we've helped you some way in making a decision of which one tablet to choose between these two. Thank you. If you like this video, please hit the like button, ask anything related to these tablets, and we'll try to answer them all. And please subscribe to our channel and share this video to share the love. We'll also provide all the Best Buy links in the video description. If you want to buy, please use those links to buy those. When you do that, we get a very small percentage as commission, often in single-digit percentages, but that helps us get going. So please buy through those links that we provide in the video description. Thank you.